Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Banter in the Box, episode 76. Some people are running onto the pitch. They think it's all over. It's the final countdown. This is your final Banter in the Box of the 27th season of the Family Fantasy Football League. There are just 11 games to go. 10 Premier League games on Sunday. A Champions League final involving Liverpool next weekend, and then we will know all of the winners and all of the losers in this 27th season of the Family Fantasy Football League, and it is shaping up to be one of the closest ever title races in Family Fantasy Football League history. It is really close at the top, and I can tell you, back in 2019, Darren Ravel set a record for the number of points scored in a season when he won the league with 2,041 points. The top two in the table currently have both broken that record this season, and yet it is still so close between the two of them. And for that matter, the battle for third and fourth paying out prize money for the first time this season. Third, fourth and fifth is really close. Sixth, seventh, maybe even eighth or ninth still have a chance, because remember, those Liverpool players are having their points multiplied by 6 in that Champions League final. And apart from all of that, we've still got the manager of the month for May, the most number of weekly wins, the highest goal scorer, and the most assists. So there is still plenty for everybody to play for, although you can now not make transfers because we are in the final week of the season, and as per the rules of issued at the start of the season, no transfers can be made during the final game week of the season. In this edition, your final edition of Banter in the Box of the season, we have got what goes on tour stays on tour. A Wall of Shame update. Incredibly, we've got a new addition to the Wall of Shame this week. A Manager of the Season update and a Predictor Challenge review. Remember the Predictor Challenge at the start of the season? A possible 30 Manager of the Season points available for all that took part. I'm just going to give you a reminder of that Predictor Challenge because it could have a big bearing on the Manager of the Season outcome this season. So what goes on tour stays on tour. Napoli manager Lee Poulter this summer will be marrying his much better half, Hannah Benwell. And recently we had a very sophisticated stag weekend in the classy venue of Benidorm. 20 something fellas went off to Benidorm, and myself, Benny United manager Mark Benwell, and Ted and Sam Juniors manager Ian Sands, invited, and AFC manager Ray Poulter, were invited along as the sensible adults to look after the youngsters and keep them on the straight and narrow. It was a fantastic weekend. I say that. I believe it was a fantastic weekend based on the photos and videos that I've seen posted, and people tell me it was a fantastic weekend. I can't actually remember much about it. It was a bit like being in the Hangover movie for 3 days. This was me and Benny United manager Mark Benwell 1 hour in to the 3-day stag weekend in Benidorm. That was actually a podium at a bar where a professional dancer was, trying to do her stuff, but me and Mark moved her to one side to the delight of the crowd, and we showed her how it's done. I've just noticed that guy on the left there is absolutely loving our moves. So that was 1 hour in to the 3-day stag weekend, which gives you a flavour for it's kind of set the tone for the weekend. And this is me and Mark Benwell 2 hours in to the 3-day stag weekend. We went big early. Let's just put it that way. But anyway, fantastic weekend, and as it's the last Banter in the Box of the season, let me say on behalf of all the managers, good luck to Lee and Hannah on the big day. Obviously, I am going to be there. But yeah, Mark just felt that it warranted mentioning. He was probably thinking he was going to get a manager of the season point. Sorry, Mark, you're not. But yeah, I thought I'd share it just for laughs. Now, Wall of Shame. We've had, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 12 people have been on the Wall of Shame this season. 2 of them appearing twice. Luck Wears the K. Williams and Coldplay United manager Martin Maloney have appeared on the Wall of Shame twice. More recently, the Mad Hatter, the Creed Bratton Society, appeared on the Wall of Shame. And shockingly, the #1 rated manager Arden Diamonds Steve Holmes was the last to appear on the Wall of Shame until this week, when we had our final and unlucky 13th addition to the Wall of Shame. And it was, hide your head in shame, the #1 rated manager Arden Diamonds Steve Holmes, who's having a season to forget, it has to be said. Sent me a transfer this week, and it was a last desperate bid to make an assault on the title from Steve Holmes. He's still in it, by the way, despite the fact that his transfer is null and void, because Steve tried to make multiple transfers in a single week. I can't remember if he was also including an Oi's mine in there, I'm not sure. But he definitely wanted to spend £5 million on a wild card. But as per the rules issued at the start of the season, tactical gambits cannot be played after the 1st of May. So the transfer was null and void, heartbreakingly for Mr. Holmes, and therefore he is on the Wall of Shame for the second time this season. It really has been a season to forget for Mr. Holmes. Who the fuck is that? Remember this? It had rolled over for quite a few weeks. It was worth, I think, 9 points this week. We already had ascertained that 2 of the 3 Family Fantasy Football League managers pictured there was Megan Hoxlade Chamberlain manager Megan Hoxby and Greece Lightning manager Alexi Lagos. But to get the points, you had to name all 3. So that third elusive manager was the one that was causing a sticking block. Only 2 managers had a final go at the Who the Fuck Is That, and it was Benny United manager Mark Benwell, who thought that it was a picture of Meg and Alexi, and Lyndon's Lovely's manager Joe Hoxby. Believe it or not, Mark, we've already had that guess once, so it's not correct, I'm afraid, mate. And the other person to have a go was Hatch United manager Neil Hatch, bidding for an historic treble, never been done before. He thought it was a picture of Meg, Alexi, and Finger in Hoe Rangers manager Ryan Perrin. Well, I can reveal, Neil, that was an incorrect guess as well, because it was Meg, Alexi, and Wanvaron FC manager Luck Wears the K. Williams. So no manager of the season points for anyone there. And the only way to earn manager of the season points now is if you got any of your predictions right at the start of the season. Here is the top of the current manager of the season table at this late stage in the season. Remember, the manager of the season earns £15 million in tactical gambits to be used next season, and it's currently Megan Hoxby 4 points clear at the top of the table. Benny United in second on 22 points, Hatch United third on 21, and then there's a big gap to the rest. Now, there are 30 points on offer for those managers that took part in the Predictor Challenge at the start of the season, and only 12 of the 32 managers did take part. There's a little reminder of the predictions that were made. 4 or 5 managers went for Ray Poulter to win the wooden spoon. Myself, Neil, Lee Poulter, Mark Benwell, Joe Hoxby all predicted Ray Poulter to win the wooden spoon. Well, for those of you that remember the last update, you will remember that Ray was pretty much cut adrift at the bottom. Luck Williams predicted himself to win the Family Fantasy Football League Cup, and he is in the cup final that took place in the first full Premier League fixture weekend in May. I'm not going to give you any spoilers in terms of those that predicted who would win the league. A number of people went for the number 1 rated manager, Steve Holmes, who is in the mix. Jordan Williams went for himself, and Luck went for Jordan Williams. Jordan is up in the mix. Alexi Lagos went for himself. Benny went for Alexi Lagos. Jack went for Alexi Lagos. Joe went for Alexi Lagos. Alexi's there or thereabouts. So anyway, just a reminder that they were the predictions that 12 of our managers submitted at the start of the season, and for each one of those that you get right, which I'll obviously reveal at the end of season presentation awards, you will get 5 manager of the season points, which could make all the difference in the battle for the manager of the season. So that is it, your last banter in the box of the season. For those of you not attending the end of season presentation awards on the 4th of June, thank you very much for taking part this season. Unfortunately, 2 of you will be relegated because we've had 2 new managers nominated to join next season, and therefore the lowest 2 placed managers who don't attend the end of season presentation awards will be relegated. For those of you that are attending the end of season presentation awards, if you haven't yet done so and you wish to nominate a manager to join next season, you still have time. Up until the 1st of June, we can have nominations to join next season's competition. Up to 4 people can join, which means that if we do get 1 or 2 more nominations, then for those that don't attend the end of season presentation awards, rather than just 2 relegated, there may be 3 or even 4 of you relegated from the competition. So thank you for those of you that have all let me know whether you can or can't come to the end of season presentation awards. It should be a great day at the Stadia of Legends 23. Great Auntie Jodie's bringing her legendary coronation chicken. For the rest of you that are coming along, if you can just let me know what you're planning to bring, so that Nikki can get an idea of organising the food. As you all know, in terms of what you're drinking, just bring whatever you're drinking. It should be a good day. Touch wood, we get the weather. I look forward to seeing you all there, where we will find out who has won the 27th season of the Family Fantasy Football League, who's won all of the other prize money on offer, and which of our managers have been relegated. I've already sent out the rules for next season's competition, and this week I will be sending out the player lists for next season. I won't be sending the points they scored this season, obviously, because then you could go in and work out who's won the league, but I will be sending the player valuations this week, and then I'll add the points that they've scored this season after the end of season presentation awards. So it's been a wonderful 27th season. I'm already looking forward to the 28th season. For those of you that are going, I'll see you on the 4th of June. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.